So he took Christian by the hand again, and led him into a room, where there was a man rising out of bed, and as he put on his clothing, he shook and trembled. Then Christian asked, "Why does this man thus tremble?" The interpreter then bid the man to tell Christian the reason of his trembling. So the trembling man began, "This night, as I slept, I dreamed, and behold, the heavens grew exceedingly black, also it thundered and lightened in a most frightening way, so that it put me into a fearful agony. So I looked up in my dream, and saw the clouds driven violently by the wind, upon which I heard a loud blast of a trumpet, and also saw a man sitting upon a cloud, attended with thousands of angelic beings, all in flaming fire. Also, the heavens were in a burning flame. I then heard a voice command, 'Arise you who are dead, and come to your judgment.' And with that, the rocks shattered, the graves opened, and the dead came forth. Some of them were exceedingly glad, and looked upward, while others sought to hide themselves under the mountains. Then I saw that the man who sat upon the cloud opened the book, and commanded all people to draw near. Yet there was, by reason of a fierce flame which issued out and came from before him, a great distance between him and them, as between the judge and the prisoners at the bar. Then the man who sat on the cloud commanded the angelic beings, 'Gather the tears, the chaff, and stubble together, and cast them into the burning lake of fire.' And with that, the bottomless pit opened, just where I stood. Out of the mouth of the pit spewed forth great billows of smoke and coals of fire, along with hideous noises. The angelic beings were then commanded, 'Gather my wheat into the barn.' And with that, I saw many caught up and carried away into the clouds, but I was left behind. I then sought to hide myself, but I could not, for the man who sat upon the cloud fixed his eye upon me. My sins then came to mind, and my conscience accused me on every side. At this, I awakened from my sleep. Christian then asked, "What was it which made you so afraid of this sight?" The trembling man replied, "Why, I thought that the day of judgment had come and that I was not ready for it. But what frightened me the most was that the angels gathered up several people near me and left me behind. Then the pit of hell opened its mouth just where I stood. My conscience, too, afflicted me. And, as I stood there, the judge continually kept his eye upon me, with a look of angry disapproval on his face. Then the interpreter said to Christian, 'Have you considered all these things?' 'Yes,' replied Christian, 'and they cause me to both hope and fear.' 'Then,' stated the interpreter, 'keep all of these things in your mind, so that they may spur you forward in the way you must go.' So Christian began to prepare himself to continue on his journey.